You know how some products are just clearly made to impress you, and then there's some that feel like they were meant to be collected. This is definitely the second one. This is the final A10000 Collector's Edition. Only 300 pieces in the entire world, presented like jewelry, priced like a high-end laptop, and built like a science experiment. But here's the real question. Is this just a flex piece, or does it actually sound just as insane as it looks? Let's find out. Final is a Japanese brand that has been around for a long time, and if names such as the D8000, D8000 Pro rings a bell, you already know that they don't just do high-end. Those planers are legendary, and in the in-ear world, the A10000 is their new flagship statement. Before this, their dynamic driver flagship was the A8000, famous for its beryllium diaphragm and the ultra-clean, ultra-resolving sound. With the A10000, Final basically said, okay fine, beryllium was fun, but let's try diamond. And so this IEM uses a true diamond dome diaphragm aimed at ultra-low distortion and insane detail retrieval. The unboxing experience is very Japanese, not loud, not flashy, but incredibly considered. The A10000 comes in this handcrafted Paulownia wooden box that feels more like you're opening a traditional keepsake rather than a piece of tech. And I'll be honest, the first time I got this, I had no idea how to open it because the tolerances are so fine. It took a bit of fiddling before the top plate eventually slid off. Inside, you don't see the earphones straight away. Instead, you are greeted by this Japanese patterned protective pillow. It's there to stop scratches and dings, but it also adds this ceremonial feeling, like something is precious underneath. And when you finally lift that off, you get the star of the show, the A10000 Collector's Edition, in this stunning gold finish. Only 300 of these exist worldwide, so you are very much holding a limited piece of Final's history. Lift the tray and you get the accessories. 2 sets of ear tips, the classic Final Type E, as well as the newer Fusion G ear tips in multiple sizes. Also included is a classy leather case with origami style wrap on the lid, manuals, and this very interesting extra, a Suzugami plate. The Suzugami plate is a hammered thin plate. You can actually fold it like origami, but it still keeps its metal texture and sheen. It's basically a display stand so you can pose your IEMs like art. Completely unnecessary, but very, very cool. The chassis itself is an evolution of the A8000's design. It's made from stainless steel, and the shape will look familiar if you have seen Final's A series before. The big visual difference is the surface finish. The A10000 has these beautiful machine marks, almost like watchmaking, the waves of Genève, that catch light and gives it an industrial yet premium look. On the Collector's Edition, everything is gold. The regular A10000 comes in a more understated silver finish. In the ear, it feels solid and dense like a metal sculpture. The contact points are there to limit pressure, so once you get the right tips, it sits quite comfortably for longer sessions. As for connectors, Final went with MMCX instead of the more modder-friendly 2-pin. Personally, for cable rolling, 2-pin is still my preference, but the MMCX sockets here feel really tight and secure. Speaking of cables, this Junkosha collab is so over-engineered, I'm half convinced that it came with its own manual and emotional support group. The cable deserves its own segment. This isn't some random stock cable just tossed into a box. It's a silver-coated, oxygen-free copper cable with EPTFE, basically a Teflon-based insulation developed together with Junkosha. Now, Junkosha is the same company that makes ultra-high-speed signal cables used in things such as Japan's K supercomputer and other serious industrial and scientific applications. In the hand, it feels thick, slightly girthy, but still easy to manage. It doesn't kink, it doesn't feel cheap, and visually it matches the whole high-end vibe of the IEM. And now here is the important bit. So how does it sound? If you have heard the A8000, the A10000 feels like a natural successor. It is ultra-resolving, slightly dry, and very much on the clean, technical side. The tuning leans a little V-shape with an emphasis in the upper mids. Pretty typical for Japanese tunings, and this gives it a very precise, almost monitor-like character. This is what detail lovers dream about. It doesn't try to romance you with warmth, instead it shows you everything that is in the track, whether you like it or not. Starting with bass, it's fast, really fast. Transients are sharp and notes start and stop with almost no smear. Compared to the A8000, the low end here has slightly more body, it's a bit thicker, but it's still not a bass hit IEM. This is all about detail, texture and control rather than big rumbling bass impact. The mid-range is where the A10000 really shows off its resolution. Vocals, guitars, pianos, everything sounds precise and layered, as if each instrument has been carefully separated into its own space. There is a slight upper mids emphasis, so female vocals come across focused and sweet, but some people might find the overall note weight a touch lean if they're used to warmer tunings. Treble is one of the highlights here. The extension feels effortless, it just keeps going up without turning harsh or metallic. You get that bright, airy presentation with a lot of openness, and it is impressive how smooth it manages to stay while delivering this level of detail. For an IEM, the soundstage is big, wide and tall with very precise imaging. Instrument placement here is razor sharp and it never feels congested or fuzzy. Depth here is good. If anything, a bit more front-to-back dynamism would have been nice, but that's a small critique in an overall very holographic presentation. So comparing it with another IEM, so I'm from Detail Audio, so Detail Audio, we recently released our flagship Ventura. Compared to Ventura, you can clearly hear two very different philosophies. The Ventura goes for more dynamic impact and fuller mids. It feels more physical and musical for everyday listening. The A10000 is leaner, drier and more clinical, but the level of details and cleanliness is on another level. So if you want something fun and full for daily casual listening, that has still class-leading detail, Ventura is easier to love. But if your priority is pure resolution and hearing every little nuance, then the A10000 is the better tool. And here's where everything lands for me. Bass, the A10000 gets a 8 out of 10. It's fast and detailed, but could do with a bit more dynamics. Mid-range gets a 8.5, excellent resolution, fantastic for monitoring. Treble gets a 8.5, it's smooth, extended and very airy. Soundstage gets an 8, wide and tall, just a bit shy in terms of depth. Resolution gets a stunning 9 out of 10. This thing is a genuine resolution beast. The final A10000 Collector's Edition is not for everyone, and that's the point. It's for detail-obsessed listeners who want their IEMs to look and feel like a piece of art, and who are willing to pay for that combination of engineering and craftsmanship. Lastly, if this review helped you, hit like, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what you'd like to pair the A10000 with. Thank you for watching the Super Chong Super Audio Show. I'll see you in the next one.